G'day guys and girls, Kieran French here, back with another live chat with friends today. It is a Friday, it is currently raining in Melbourne, so it is horrible weather. I was going to try and do this in the shed, but as the weather is that bad, I'm going to try and avoid the shed. It's a bit too loud in there, so I'm back in here, just talking again. Got another person on. This person is a famous four-wheel driver that I like to watch, and I know a lot of people that I go away with are very much following his stuff. His name is Sam, and he has a awesome chopped 80, which is now called the Naughty 40. So we'll have him on today, and we're going to do exactly what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Turn this down, I think it might be a bit too loud. Turn it off, might be easier. Today, we're going to be doing exactly what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. We're going to be seeing how Sam's been, what's been happening with him. Has he been in a lockdown? Is he still working? What's going on with the car? And then we'll dive into some fun chats with him and try and make it a little bit light-hearted than I'm trying to, I guess, come across. So today, I'm talking with Sam. Been a pretty good day. Got myself a drink. I thought I had a bit of nerves. I don't know why. This guy's just a normal, everyday bloke. And I thought I'd have a drink for once. And I'm not a very big drinker, as most of my friends do know. It is a little bit strong, but that's all right. So yeah, I'm talking with Sam today. We are going to be talking all things mental health. He's got a merchandise just dropped, and his stuff, I guess half of his money is going to Beyond Blue, which is awesome. These are the things that we want to try and get across. Talking to friends, getting the word across that it is okay not to be okay, because sometimes it is shit. Life can be horrible, and there's nothing wrong with being horrible. We just got to remember that it's like a roller coaster. You just got to ride it out. There might be something that's popping up in the next couple of weeks in front of you that might be making your life a little bit better. So it'd be good to get some feedback to see how Sam's going, because he is from New South Wales. I'm from Melbourne, so that's a different kettle of fish over there. I'm not sure what's going on at the moment. I know we're still in a lockdown. They are not. I don't know. It can never keep up. The news is just too much stuff going on, and I cannot be bothered with that at the moment. The only thing that's got me going is totally forgot about this. Is going away. I really want to get away. That's the only thing I would love to do. I see Sam has joined in. I'll send a request and we'll jump straight into this one. And hopefully we can get this chat going. See if I can get Sam across. Boop, boop. Maybe you have to request me, Sam. I'm not sure. I have no idea. On my end, it says I have no one I can request. Might be a setting thing. I have no idea. Like, literally, I'm learning. Hello. Hey, dude, how are you? I'm pretty sure we're having dinner at yours or something tonight. I'm not sure. All seeing ya. There we go. Request has been sent. We are going to examine and talk about what's been happening with him. Some fun times. I like doing this. I like chatting to people. Sometimes I don't know who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we get to see who Sam is. Hey, dude, how are you?
How are you, mate? Let me just turn you up a little bit.
No, you're right. You get yourself settled in, and I'm well. But good to have you on board, dude. Very good to have you on board.
My pleasure to be here.
Absolute pleasure. We'll jump straight into this. Do you want to say who you are, your Instagram handle, and where you are currently living?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, my name's Sam Young. I'm on Instagram as SamYoung4x4. I'm living in rainy Sydney today, actually. The weather's taken a turn for the worse, which is no good for spraying bar work. I can tell you that much for free.
Yes.
And I do four-wheel drive stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Yes, I know you do. I have been following you for a while now, and I thought, why not reach out to you and have a chat, because you are, it seemed like a genuine bloke, just doing the same thing as what I'm doing, trying to get some content out and enjoying life. I think that's the one thing we want to try and get back to doing.
That's right, exactly right. Especially at the moment, more important than ever.
Hell yeah, that's exactly, yeah, dude. I definitely 100% agree on that one. So we'll go into it. We've got a couple of questions to talk about. If there's someone you need, dude, just go grab them. It's fine, no stress at all. But we'll get into some personal questions, and then we'll go into some more lighthearted stuff, and then I guess answer whoever's got some questions underneath. But
absolutely.
Dude? How are you in general? What's been going on, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a weird time, I think, for everybody in Sydney, Melbourne, especially at the moment, all over Australia. it's been strange. There's no other way to put it. I think I'm very fortunate. Sydney is just, Monday that's just gone, we got out of lockdown. We hit the 70% vaccinated, and striving for the 80%, which is exciting. And
Awesome.
we're sort of getting a bit of a sense of normality back in our lives, which is nice to see. But and don't get me wrong, I'm stoked. I'm thrilled for everyone here in Sydney and myself. Like, we're a bit of freedom, and we can go places, and we can go to the pubs, and we can go see our mates. But then at the same time, I feel this underlying guilt that, I think there's another wave coming for Queensland, and I know Melbourne has got 2,000 plus cases. So I sort of empathise with all those guys that are getting the incredibly raw end of the stick now.
Yeah, definitely.
But, better now than I was 2 months ago. I can say that for a fact. It was strange times, as I'm sure a lot of our viewers tonight are probably feeling as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Like, these guys that are, I guess, jumping on or following us or do follow us in the social media stuff, I guess they don't really understand the backside of our mental health, how much we have to put into, I guess, create content and then try and put on a happy face all the time, every time. We are just general people, and we have some shit days. And right now we are going through that time where that phase where we can't go out, we can't do anything, not many people are working. It's hard. And this is why I'm asking people right now, and yourself, I wanted to get on and see how you were in general, because I'm assuming not many people would be asking you that.
No, it's I guess it's very easy. And I know a lot of four-wheel drive people in the industry are the same, where you live this sort of glamorous life of in front of the camera or whatever, building cool trucks and seemingly living the dream. But there's obviously always a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that not a lot of people know. You're trying to work with businesses that are struggling financially. You're trying to stay ahead of the game and try to do different stuff with builds that you can't really afford to be splurging that money now, because you just don't know what the next 4 weeks has got in store for it. So it's been interesting. I'm lucky enough to have a pretty awesome support network that I know a lot of people might not have. So that's probably one of the few things that's helped keep me sane and level, and this delicious lager.
Yeah, very good.
From our local brewery.
Yeah, I've got a drink too. I thought I'll have a drink as well, because don't know why, had some nervous jitters. Yeah, I'm an awesome bloke to talk to, and I was just like,
that
why?
makes 2 of us.
Yeah, that's right. I was just like, why? I may as well just have a drink to cool the nerves. But yes, I do agree with you on that one, dude. It is difficult, like money struggles, and obviously keeping up with work, and if there is no work, or what you're looking for the future. And I'm in that situation right now. We're still in lockdown, and I'm keen to get away, and we just can't. We just aren't able to. Yeah. I'm just lucky enough. I'm still working, and I've got some cars, and I've got a little bit of money that goes towards these cars at the moment. But dude, I look up to you. You're someone that I want to strive to be as a content creator, and this is why as well I wanted to have a chat to you. Obviously, when we get back into those fun questions, have a chat to you about that. But we've got another one. How has restrictions been for you? Are you still working? You seeing family? Being able to see family or friends, or what's the go there?
Yeah, so I was very fortunate. I moved from away from work to the same LGA as my workplace was in. So what that meant for me was that even throughout the whole lockdown, I was still going to work in the we have a content studio and an office here, and I was able to go to work and do basically just keep on. Obviously, with the mask, legislations coming and going, remaining sensitive around that. But I was pretty fortunate. I know a lot of people, normally this office I'm in has got, in its prime, had almost 100 people working in here every day, and now I'm the only one. So it's been pretty weird. It's been a strange time, but I've been able to keep working, thankfully. It was a bit tricky. Like, there was a bit of a gap on YouTube where guys probably saw no content, and it's because we just couldn't film. Like, my camera crew was stuck in LGAs of concern. They couldn't leave, couldn't get permits to travel, which, I understand. They had to be strict, and that's the way they govern it. And so it's been tricky, but tried to keep on going, I guess. Similar to you, I guess. You'd be having dramas too.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I've been watching some of your stuff, and I I'm like, how's this guy still creating content? Like, I'm struggling trying to get stuff across and
Yeah.
just get away and change up the background scenery, what's going on. So it's super good to see you still trying to, I guess, strive and try and make content whenever you can. I think that's the one thing I know as a content creator or just a general forward driver in general. You want to be people getting engaged. You want to bring people across that they go, hey, dude, I could probably do that. This guy's showing me I can do it, so why not?
Yeah.
So I guess,
100%.
it's a hard time, and it is a struggle for all of us, and this is why we're having these chats. So I must say as well, you have just released or dropped your merchandise, and your merchandise is going to be on Blue. Is that correct?
Yeah. Here's a little. I have to get one sent down to you.
Yeah, awesome, dude.
Help ease the lockdown. So this is just, I wanted to do it for a long time, and more just so that I had something to wear when I was shooting instead of wearing snatch clothes or any random bit of gear I could find on the day, and almost give myself a uniform to make it feel a little bit more official than what it probably is. And I just thought, hey, maybe there's a couple of silly buggers out there that want to rock the gear too. So I reached out to a company in Brisbane that prints a lot of the Shed Life gear.
Oh, the boys there, yes, I do know those guys.
The boys there, Macca and TJ and all those guys, and got their suggestions, got their contacts, and produced some content as some merchandise, that is, good quality.
And something, you want to wear and represent as yourself. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's right. And it was more about just giving me a reason to finish this website that I've been trying to build for however long. And I was just putting it off because I was like, what's the point of doing it? I don't have anything to put on there. But finally having the merch meant I can put a store tab in. I can upload that. I can actually get this off the ground now and just get the ball rolling there. And the most important thing about it all was, it's not just a cash grab. It's the total opposite. It's out there to help me raise money to then donate to Beyond Blue, because as we all have probably been impacted, mental health at the moment is topical. It's
a massive thing right now. These questions that no one wants to ask is why I have started doing these, and I want to see you as a person, like who you are behind the camera, because you're all fun and like happy and Larry in front of the camera, but behind the camera you might be a completely different person. And that's the thing, like these conversations that I'm having with you and whoever else I have on, these are genuine and like these are live. You'll stuff some words up and that's what happens. It's live.
Yeah, that's right. It's bloopers, there's no edits, there's no cuts. That's exactly right. And it's important to remember, like, even though we might put on brave faces and stuff, and a lot of the people that you see on your screens are usually like all Mickey Mouse and happy as, like, there's some alarming stats at the moment in Australia when it comes to mental health that no one talks about. You've got your Are You OK Day and you've got those sorts of events, but at the moment with COVID, a lot of events, fundraisers, charity drives and that kind of thing can't go ahead because of lockdowns, logistics and that kind of thing. So what you're doing is amazing with the chats, just asking people, are you okay? How you been going? How's your mental health?
That's exactly right. I think of that situation as well when I'm asking you, just remember guys, whoever's watching, you have friends as well that might be in the same situation. It's not hard just to text someone. You're already on your phone. Most people are always scrolling through something. Just send a message. Hey, dude, how are you? You might have just saved someone's life or someone that's really, really down at the moment, and you might just put them in a better position because you said hello. So,
you remind them that they've got that person out there that's thinking of them. Even if you go, oh, shit, it's late at night, I wonder how Barry's going. Don't put it off. Like, send him the message. If he's asleep, it doesn't matter. He'll wake up to it. Just send the message while you're thinking about it, because it's you don't want to be in a position where you put it off. Suddenly a couple of months has been past. You haven't spoken to your best mate because of lockdown or whatever, and it's not good for anyone's relationship.
Yeah. Even out of lockdown as well. Like, just remember, we are in a situation and we aren't able to see friends. I don't know if you guys are able to do this bubble buddy thing at the moment, but I know we are. But in saying that, out of lockdown as well, remember, we do have that facility to be able to contact someone, and a phone call, a message, hey, even you just dropping off some chocolates to say, hey, hope's all sweet, then I'm all for it. There's nothing wrong with anything like 100%. That. And there's nothing wrong with being not okay. That's the one thing I'm trying to get across right now.
100%. 1 in 5 Aussies 1 in 5 Aussies at the moment is experiencing a mental health crisis in a year. That's a fifth of everyone. And the most at-risk age group is 16 to 25-year-olds, which is I don't know about yourself, but it's our age group. So you guys watching, I know a lot of our audience tonight is going to be in that demographic, but so many of you guys are in that at-risk age group where a fifth of you guys, if you've got a friend group of 10 close mates, 2 of those friends will have a mental health crisis this year. And they might not want to talk about it. I know a lot of blokes don't like talking about it. There's that whole stigma of, I don't want to be that weak guy that cries on your best mate's shoulder and that kind of thing. And it's all about breaking that, because there are so many people suffering, and it's not a case where you're weak if you talk about it. It's the opposite. You're actually stronger than just about anyone I've ever met if you can front up to your mates and say, I need help. I need to chat to you guys.
Putting my hand up and say, hey, I'm not feeling the best. Can I just have a chat? And hopefully that friend as well is willing enough to say, yeah, no worries, dude. I'll have a listen and I'll point you in the right direction. Because sometimes I know some people, they just don't want to hear because they've got their own problems as well, which I understand. Everyone's going to have their own problems. No one is ever going to be 100% the best. So I get it. I 100% get it. And remember, this is how it's going to go. And we want it to keep pushing these, I guess, conversations forward. So when you do meet someone, or you go out and you bump into someone, how are you?
That's right. And it can be awkward. It can be a sticky little conversation to have and get the ball rolling. But more like 54 or 56% of people that do suffer don't ever seek treatment. So even having the conversation with your mate about getting professional help, if they've reached out to you, is another fantastic thing you can do to potentially change or save a life as well. So it's important to remember that reaching out is step one, and trying to get them that help that they need. If you feel you can't give it to them, try and get them that professional help, because a lot of people just won't do it.
Won't do it. Yep. Yes, 100%, dude. I thank you for another person that understands where I'm going with these conversations and is pushing their mental health situation and trying to guide people in the right direction is where I'm trying to get this out as well. Look, we'll get into some fun chats. If we're trying to, I guess, drag it too much about mental health at the moment. So my question to you, it was about Netflix, but I'm assuming you're exactly like me and you're always on the go. What's going on with the car? What's happening with the car, man? The old naughty 40, eh? Well, it's been pretty much off the road since the start of Sydney's lockdown. So that'll be almost 4 months now, 107 days or whatever it is. Not counting or anything.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not keeping tabs, you know. And the last time you guys probably saw it was on the Instagram, like no canopy on, all pretty beaten up from doing a couple of real hard trips with some of my mates in like Menai and Wadigans and that. And that's pretty much, I packed it up after the last trip, and that's almost just how it stayed for a long time. And then during lockdown, I think like a lot of people, I sort of lost motivation. I had another project car that I was working on.
I did see that one. I was about to ask you.
The old Salika. And then sort of just as lockdown was ending, I realised I really had to pull my finger out and sort of fix this car so that I could get it back on the road. So it's when we went out to AECO and we did all that those couple of YouTube videos there, tuning it and fixing up the intercooler. And now I was trying to spray paint some new bar work for the front of it today, and then Sydney decided to rain. So that might be a next week job. But yeah, I've got a new bull bar coming that, you know, I'll tell all you guys in here. You get the sneak peek, the exclusive. So there's a new bar work coming and a new winch and a slightly different setup for the front end and stuff. But that'll probably be next week or the week after. I'll be dropping that, so keep an eye out. But
yeah, awesome.
Just working on that. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Well done. That's keeping that content rolling. Always trying to change up. I know it's super hard to try and keep things. Yeah, trying to keep
there's a lot of people throwing a lot of money at cars these days. I'm just trying to keep up with the chopped up 80 series. It's hard work.
Oh, dude, I see some of the content that some people are pulling out from TikTok and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that, but dedication. I cannot do that right now.
No, that's right. That's right. And how about you? What about you? What's next for the GQ?
GQ. The GQ is pretty much sitting there. It's all ready. I took it out a couple of days ago just to help some friends with some wiring. I'm keen to get away. The trailer and the cars are sitting there. I'm ready to go away. The only other thing I have been building is my GU. I had bought that for my girlfriend. I paid $750 for it. I put a head gasket in it, and it's fucking sweet. So
outstanding. They're the bargains you need.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm building that currently for her. Just put some beadlocks on it and just sort of getting some parts in if I can afford it, because that's the one thing that I'm struggling with at the moment. Just
Yeah,
money side, but
yeah,
that's everyone has that. But yeah, I'm just keen to get away. I think our first trip might be to Portland. That's going towards South Australia. It's still in Victoria though. Maybe some sand dune driving. I'm not too sure. I just would
yeah,
like to get away anywhere really.
yeah. That's right. It's like the age-old saying of like, "What's your next mod?" It's a tank of diesel or a tank of petrol. I just want to go somewhere. We build these cars and they've been sat dormant for so long. Let me roll out some canvas somewhere. At this stage, I don't care where.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's in someone's backyard that's got some acreage, I don't really care.
That's right. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we've got a next one. What do you want to do when you get out of lockdown? Are you still in lockdown is the question as well for the first one. And if there is something you would really like to do, is there something you want to really do? Like go away? Do you want to go throw a party? Do you want to, I don't know, take the sleeper out?
Yeah, so Sydney got out of lockdown on Monday. We hit 70%. I'm double back, so we have the freedoms that come with being vaccinated at certain percentages. So we got our freedom on Monday. I went straight to the racetrack on Tuesday night with the Celica.
Nice.
And then it was not that successful. Some things happened that I didn't foresee at the racetrack. So the Celica is now parked up in need of some love while the 80 is back on the road. But in terms of what I want to do, I think it's just camp. I just want a big campfire. I want my close mates. I just want to go and have a relaxing weekend somewhere, and then once I've got that out of my system, go drive some really gnarly tracks and put some more dents in the car. I think that's all I really want to do.
Yes. Oh, dude. I think that campfire, close friends, no reception, and some awesome stars above your head is something where both of us really want to do. And yeah, I know where you're coming from. I know where we both want to be, but we just have to wait it through and see how everything's going. I know we're still on lockdown. I'm not too sure when they're going to open us up. They're saying maybe next week, the week after. I can never keep up. It's always changing.
I know. The news is both a blessing and a burden all at the same time. It's nice to keep up to date, but 100 updates a day makes it very difficult to know where the goalposts are.
Yes, definitely. I've got another question for you. What have you been doing on the weekends to kill time? Have you had any other projects? Have you learned anything? You've been like doing cooking or, I don't know, playing guitar? Is there other little projects that you have on the go that you, I guess, don't tell anyone?
Not really. I think having the Celica and living so close to work where I have a workshop I can use has been amazing. It's given me an excuse to clean my cars 52 times a weekend and tinker and paint stuff and, buff it, detail things, change stuff. But I also bought a dog. So that's the other thing. Yeah, so I bought a dog. I always wanted a big dog and I could never have one because I was living at home. So I finally moved out and I got my tax back and said, well, I know where this is going. So I went out and bought the biggest Rottweiler puppy I could find, and that's kept me. Yeah, that kept me real busy for. I don't even know. He's 6 months old now, and we got him when he was 3 months. So that's been pretty much all of lockdown occupied with a little teething, chewing beast of a thing. Yeah. Rat bag is the best way to describe him. He's an absolute terrorist, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think sometimes it is good to have a dog because it is someone you can have a chat to and also give them a cuddle.
That's right. And he cops it. He knows he needs to cop it.
Yeah, good. No, awesome.
I saw a post from you a little while ago saying that you and your partner needed a furry friend. Did that come into fruition?
Oh, man, you twisted my arm. Seriously.
Sore point? Is this a sore point?
I'll tell you. Look, I'm not supposed to tell anyone. I think we're not supposed to tell anyone. I have brought a dog. We are picking him up on Friday. So Friday coming, we are,
Amazing. Well done.
So it was a long time coming. We've always wanted a dog. I've always obviously had the chance to go away, and my friends bring their dogs away, and sometimes I don't bring my partner, and I would like to have one of those furry friends with me so then I can keep myself company and we can all have, I guess, a dog-friendly four-drive camping event. So, yes, you twisted my arm, dude.
Well done. Do you want you want to tell the live stream what type of dog, or do you want to keep that quiet until the post goes up?
We'll keep it quiet. We'll keep it quiet. You'll like it. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
like. It's something that we've always wanted, and it's the next step. So obviously, I just bought a house, and then we're just trying to get stuff ready. I'm looking at buying a bigger shed, put a hoist in, and then that was the next step.
Awesome.
Puppy, and then I'm just trying to get everything ready. I think by next Friday, you'll probably see him jumping up at me, and I'll probably have him on my lap. So.
Awesome. Tune in next Friday's live, guys. There's going to be 3 people, 2 people and a furry friend.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so I have been reaching out to other forward drivers. So on Sunday, I have the traveling campers, the LS. Yep. They're jumping on board. Bruno Driven, she's jumping on board. Tim Bates.
Fantastic.
There's another one. His name's Keegan. He has the Bot Bus, that GU. I think he has a very good following on TikTok.
Awesome.
I'm just trying to reach out to whoever and anyone really. Like, it doesn't have to be about forward driving. It's whoever just wants to have a chat. These are the conversations I'm trying to get across. It is okay to have 100%. A chat, and just 100%. Just message someone if they need it. Seriously.
That's right. Reach out, and you could save a life, but also just hang in there. Lockdown isn't forever, and there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. It just might take a while to get there, but hopefully it's worth it.
Yeah, that's it. With your merchandise as well, hopefully I can drop a link in. Are you going to have other stuff coming out? I saw jumpers and T-shirts. Is that right? I'm pretty sure I saw T-shirts and jumpers.
Jumpers and tees. Just a very plain sort of design at the moment. Obviously, I have to tweak some designs to get around certain sensitivities. But yeah, it's been a pretty basic sort of setup. This was more so just so that I had something to wear. It's a representation on the videos. But I do have some ideas that I've been thinking of since I launched it, to bring just different designs. I want to do, bring some hats and that kind of thing, some singlets, bits and pieces. Obviously, launching hoodies as a primary piece of merchandise a few weeks out of summer probably wasn't the smartest idea, but we've got some different designs coming, and that'll be pretty exciting. And again, like, no matter what it is or how big it is, a percentage of every dollar that comes through that store gets donated straight to Beyond Blue. So you're supporting a very worthwhile charity, so that I've had a bit to do with in the past. So if you're on the fence, you're like, God damn, I really want that merch, but shit, it's going to cost this much, and like, I really wanted to get those extra schooners at the pub. Like, bugger the schooners, get yourself a hoodie or a T-shirt, and support a charity that does a lot for a lot of young Aussies.
It does, yes, definitely. I've got a good one for you. How did you get into content creating, and how did you get into forward driving? I think that's a big question that I've always wanted to ask you. So how did you get into it?
I was pretty lucky, actually. So I was a barista making coffees for like 7 years. I did that just at my local, and then one day a customer I noticed I was always sort of into four-wheel drives and modified cars. I bought a bit through Sparesbox right at the start, when they started.
Yep.
And I noticed the logo on a regular customer's shirt. I just started chatting to him about it, and then found out that he was the operations manager at the time. And then, he sort of asked me, what do you do outside of this? I said, I just work on cars, this and that. Long story short, he offered me a job at Sparesbox in customer service. I moved to technical sales because I knew a bit about cars. So when people called up with a problem, you could help them a bit better.
Yeah.
And then sort of outgrew that role, went and did a bit of writing for Sparesbox. I actually trialled for a job at Full Drive Action magazine at the same time.
Yeah, awesome.
So I did a week trial there. And then that started giving me the flavour of what I wanted to do and what I wanted the career to look like. And then I was lucky enough to have an internal role open up here at Sparesbox for what at the time was a social media management role. And I had no experience. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, I love social media and I am young, and you don't have to hire anyone because I'll just do it.
Just do it,
yeah. And I just had to go, and it sort of all, I guess, took off from there. We started the YouTube channel for Sparesbox and started doing bits and pieces, partnered with Full Drive Action, and changed to Full Drive 24/7 and started pushing some advertising stuff through them. So that was 2.5 years ago now. And then over the past sort of 2.5 years, I guess I've just sort of kept up with the sort of development of my own car. We continue with Four Drive 24/7 through those years, presenting for Spares Box. I now write for another company called Chasing Cars, which is a automotive news company, and do, all sorts of bits and pieces now. But just sort of enjoyed creating content as a hobby more than anything.
And
I don't monetize YouTube. I don't want to monetize YouTube. I want YouTube to just be a passion project of mine. And, if it grows and goes gangbusters, sweet, it goes and does that. But if I stay at 10,000 subscribers forever, then I'm also happy with that. I'm just going to keep uploading content that I think people might want to watch. And,
I think with the uploading as well, it's not just for other people. It's for you to look back when you are older and show yourself, yeah, I did that. Yeah, man, I did this. And you've got all these cool content that you've got going on now. You can just rewatch and sit back, crack a beer like we have today and go, I'm going to rewatch the younger me and see what's going on.
Exactly. Show people in 5-10 years' time. Back in the day, we had to watch stuff in 1080p. Now you've got 100K footage. So
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Think about us when you're watching your high definition stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a couple of questions here as well. Someone said, would you choose between the big 200 or the Toyota? Do you drive both of them, or obviously the Toyota's yours, but the 200 is that yours, or obviously
the 200 is the company's Spares Boxes. In an ideal world, I would love both. The 200 is amazing for touring. It's comfortable, it's reliable, it's powerful. It can do highway speeds happily. In Cape York on the PDR, it was fantastic. But the 80 series is just it's just a Tonka truck. These old rigs, they don't break. If they do, you can usually limp them home. Parts are cheap. There's heaps of spares in every wrecking yard in the country. So, it's a hard one. The 80's been my baby for so long. I've had it for almost 4 years, and I've bought it as a almost stock wagon, and then did all these iterations and different, like 10 different bars and 5 different sets of wheels. And so I think the 80 series is the pick.
Yeah, I do. I think I'll be choosing the 80 series as well. Just that iconic shape and all the modifications you have done to it so far is where I would like to go with it. With the 4 Drive 24/7 crew, you said you got into that. You applied for that. Was that correct, or was it just the magazine side that you were going for?
So it was the magazine side I applied for, not the show. I was applied as a journalist, junior journalist role, writing, which was probably a blessing that I didn't end up taking the role, because the magazine all went to shit pretty quick after that with print media dying. I sort of took what I learned there back to Spares Box. We sort of had the budget at the time to explore some different avenues with marketing, and I suggested we reach out to these guys, and their DVDs and YouTube show that would eventuate was hugely popular. And then got my boss chatting to their boss, and then they needed someone to go and drive a full drive on the show to represent Spares Box. So
nice.
I'm basically the only one in the company still to this day that full drive. So it was the if the glove fits, and it fit really well.
Yeah. There's another question just popped up. If you had the money, you won the lottery, what kind of car would you buy?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a hard one, I know.
That's a hard one, guys. Far out. Oh, shit.
I feel like I knew I'd put you on the spot here, because even if I answered that question, I would have no idea.
I've got no clue. There's so many things I want. Like, I love tough off-roading, but then I also love to be able to drive places, so it can't be too extreme. Like, I think if I could do one thing, I think it'd probably be a chopped 105.
Oh, yeah.
So you get a bit more modern interior and a bit more luxury. Yep. But I put the FTE motor into it out of the 100 series. So, the same motor as mine, but multi-valves and all that jazz. So you can get 400 horsepower out of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get some good power out of it.
Yeah, and then just do basically the same setup for the canopy and stuff. Just nice and short, put all my stuff in it, and just make it comfortable. I might make the chop a little bit longer so I can fit a dog in the back, because that's my only gripe at the moment. But, so maybe like a space cab plus some, so you can fit a big woofer. But
very good.
that's it.
That's good,
Yeah.
dude. No, that's awesome. That's something to, I guess, maybe strive for if we win the lottery, or you win the lottery.
Yeah, that's right. One day maybe. If I do, I think that could be on the cards.
Oh, dude, it'd be fucking awesome if you did.
Then I got to think of something to rhyme with 50, the nifty 50, the naughty 40, and the nifty 50. Oh, it's a 105 though, so it's not really. I don't know.
Yeah,
put it to the people.
That's exactly right. But we'll keep it there. I must say, a big thank you for jumping on. A big thank you for even just messaging me back. That was the one thing I didn't think you'd actually message me back, as you are, as everyone knows, a big four-wheel drive content creator. And sometimes these people, they don't want to have a chat to me. I'm a nobody. And you are, I guess, a somebody, but we're all trying to get somewhere. But yeah, thank you again for jumping on board today.
No, my pleasure, guys. If there's anything I can ever do for anyone, you know where to find me. My replies aren't always quick because I get a fair few messages a day, but I always try to sift through them and you know, get back to as many people as I can. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, mate. Nice to meet you digitally at least, and hopefully one day we'll go camping and we can have that campfire and close mates dream that we both long for.
Dude, I would love that. That would be awesome. I think that's something we'll try and have to tick off the list and get done in the next couple of years. But thank you again for joining me today, dude. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully I'll see you around, and stay safe.
My pleasure. Take care, mate, and take care to everyone watching.
See you guys.